Today, I'm going to help you build your first form using Managed Forms. Managed Forms is a Salesforce app that you can quickly install by going to mforms.app and clicking Install Package. For this tutorial, let's take on the persona of a Salesforce administrator working at Ghostbusters Inc. And let's say that we have a requirement to allow our customers to submit detailed information on ghost encounters to help us better prioritize our field team's itinerary. Once the app is installed, you can click on Build Your First Form, and that will take you straight to the Managed Forms application within your Salesforce org. You can also access that by clicking on the App Launcher and choosing mForms. To start, let's make a form by clicking the New button within the Forms tab. Give our form a name and a description. Since our stakeholders want the form to create a case and relate it to the customer's account, we can choose case on the object type. This will make all the custom and standard fields on the case object available for us to use within the form. Let's hit save. And we are directly taken to the form builder. The form builder is very similar to the app builder with drag and drop components on the left, the content, which is the form we'll be creating today, and a contextual configuration tab on the right side, allowing us to customize whatever we're working on. Since we just got started, this is allowing us to customize the page configuration by providing a title that will show up on the browser tab when our customers open the form we send them, a background color. Since we're dealing with ghosts here, let's make it black. And a page background color, we can make into a light purple. Just like I said, the configuration tab is contextual, so we can go ahead and select the page header, and we will see the different configurations specifically for the page header. We can upload the logo. Let's choose the Ghostbusters logo. We can set the alignment to the left, maybe give it some margin, and even a background color. Now that we have our header, we can go ahead and start building our form. First thing I want to do is put in a form header just by dragging it from the left side to the center, and a paragraph. Give it some padding. And update the paragraph content. Since this is a ghost encounter, I want to ask our customers a few questions. Let's go ahead and create a new section. To create a new section, we can either drag it from the left side to the form, or we can use the quick add section button on the bottom of the form. This allows us to even choose what type of section we want to create. I'll start with a blank one. A section can be dragged just like any other field element to allow us to organize our sections and resort them. A section also can be of three types, either blank, a non-collapsible section with a header that we can customize, or a collapsible one that we can choose to have initially open or closed. For the first initial questions, I'd like my section to be blank. And I'm gonna minimize the UI elements and the action elements and expand the object fields. Our case object contains a set of checkboxes we use to report on our ghost sightings. But since this is a customer-facing form, I'm going to customize each one to present it as a question. I can also override the label to explain the question better. You can easily see here how beneficial it can be to ask your customers quick yes and no questions and have that data update your record. Next, let's add a personal information section, this time with a header. Drag it over the submit button and customize the message. We can drag the name field, the phone field, and you can see that I can place my elements wherever I want within the form. Let's say I drag the company field here, but I decide that the company field may not be relevant for this form. To remove it, all I have to do is click and drag it back to the left sidebar. One more field I need is the building access information. Taking advantage of the section functionality, I can create a new section for optional fields that the customer can fill out if they want to provide additional information. Name it additional details. And disable the initial open, which will make it closed by default, allowing the user to choose to open it to provide additional information, but not be overwhelmed with the amount of information they have to fill out. Let's expand it and put in the ghost description, the size, as well as the type. The ghost type and ghost size fields are dependent picklets. By changing the ghost size, you will see different values on the ghost type. This is great functionality to take advantage of, not only internally, but also for your customers, allowing them to provide you with more accurate information. To preview our work, we can click on the preview icon on the top right corner. We can also use the mobile icon to see how our form will look on a mobile device. You can see here that the phone field is on its own row now and not on the right side of the name. The additional detail section that we created is also initially closed, like we expect. And I think we're ready to save. Okay, so I just heard back from my manager, and the submit button seems to be a bit mild for our use case. Let's update it to be more appropriate for this form. We can select it, go to the value, provide a new label, change the color, background, as well as the hover background. Give it more padding, make it look bigger. And we can now customize what the user will see when they submit the page. You can go to the left side, top left side, and click completed page. Update the thank you message. We can also remove this header, dragging it to the left side, and create a new one with our Ghostbusters guarantee. One really great feature on managed forms is the ability to drag any images right directly from your computer to the form. So I'm gonna take this one, bring it down here, and the second one right here. Images can be moved and organized just like you would with any other component within the form. You can also select them, provide a background color, some margin, and hit the preview again to see how our form looks. Once we're satisfied with our form, we can click on Save and Next. This will prompt us with three options that we can use to send the form. We can either create a custom link, This will allow us to have a permalink that we can share manually, either via email or whatever medium we want, create a custom action that will display within our record page so that our internal users can send the form directly from there. The form process will allow us to send the form through automation by using record changes and conditions to send the form, just like you would do within a process builder. Let's start with a custom link. And this takes us directly to the second tab on the Managed Forms app. To create a link, we're provided with three options: either update an existing record, create or update a parent record, or create a child record. Since we want our forms to create case records under the account object, let's choose create a child record. We can choose account as the source and search for the account record we want our case to be related to. We have a popular house that we get a lot of calls from that we can use for this example, called Creepy House on the Corner. On the child to create, let's choose case. By choosing the case here, the available forms will only display the case forms on the list. We have the form we just created. Let's select it and hit next. We can describe the form link to our internal users. And we are on the summary page. The summary page will provide you a quick view on all the information we just entered and allow you to save and publish the link. Once you save and publish the link, you'll see a custom URL available for you to copy and send to the users. But in our case, let's just open the link and enter some test data. As you see, this is the form we just created with the yes and no questions, the personal information. And the additional detail that we chose to have initially closed. We can see that the dependent pick lists are behaving like you would expect. And we can click submit. The summary page that we created also looks good. The final thing we have to do here is go to the Service tab on our Salesforce org and check out the account, see if we created the case. As you see, we're on the Creepy House on the Corner account, and we can see that a case was created. Open the case and see the details. As you see here, we have the building access information we entered, the checkboxes that we framed as questions, the ghost description, as well as the dependent pick list, ghost size, and ghost type. I hope this helps you see how easy it is to create very useful forms using the Manage Form interface and improve your data gathering process. We will have follow-up videos to show you how to create custom actions that your users can send directly from the record, as well as a video on how to automate the form sending process.